Hello, everyone. Here she is. Hey, good evening, everyone. How are you? Hey, there she is.
Look at the state of me.
You look lovely as usual. How are you, mate?
Feel like death.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Chilling too much. It's like a little Friday night beer tonight.
Chilling, I had a drink indoors last night on FaceTime to my mates.
House party or something, was it? Hello, sir. Was it an house party?
No, just FaceTime.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
So thanks for coming on, love, and I really appreciate it, my lovely. Yeah, what I was going to do the Mind Talks is I heard you on Bobby Norris's one the other day a little bit. It's really interesting, and I thought I'd love you to come on here and have a chat about the mindset behind, people just see the glitz and the glamour and the press and the sort of the Lauren that they portray to be. Yeah, and I think like since you was young, you've been in since The Only Way Is Essex. It must be a lot of pressure behind the scenes. Like from them days, and I see you talking about with Bobby about. When how it used to be when the program first started to how it's changed mentally now.
Yeah.
So could you tell us a bit about when you started off? How was it then? Was it better then? Was there pressures behind the scenes there, or was it?
Right. Okay. So obviously, reality. I'm not an actress, and kind of going into reality TV, you are Lauren, and even though Towie at the time was a soap reality show, so even though it's not scripted, but it's briefed, certain situations are set up based on real situations that have happened, and obviously it was my life, it was my real life on TV, it was my real relationship, it was someone, it hurt at the time, and I decided to put it on TV, and we did, and the whole show was based around our relationship when I was on it. And then you get a lot with it. There's a lot of stick that come with it. And it could be quite upsetting, especially as a young girl. I was very early 20s. And you just had to be strong. And I feel like I'm quite a strong character anyway because of my upbringing and kind of what I've been through from a young age. And I think it's made me who I am. So even though it's not acceptable, you can't, I shouldn't have to put up with all the negative stuff. But at the same time, I was strong enough to be in the job. Yeah, do you know what I mean?
What was it like with back then behind the scenes? Was there any help back then, or was there
no?
And now, how did you deal with the problems with the arguments between each other and stuff? And would it be offset as well, or would you?
Yeah, no, of course. There's a lot of things said off camera, on camera. Certain things with me, they'll do a lot of situations like wind me up a little bit. I'm not knocking it, TV showing it make great telly, and I'm grateful for doing it. But there was a lot of winding up before I went on camera. So I'd go like a raging bull. I'd see my, fiance at the time with this other girl. I'd lose my head, and I think, what's going on? Like
the famous pool scene.
Exactly. So that was brilliant, though. Things like that, which made amazing TV. And I don't really feel like it is the same today. It's still good, and good luck to everyone, but it is kind of little bit of a different setup, and I think people do miss the old real originals of Towie.
Because it seems like as it went on a little bit, it got to a point where the show seemed to get a bit aggy, didn't it? Like it was always stress and ag. I mean, I know it always has been, but it sort of lost for a little bit a while back. It lost its little, I thought its little flair a little bit. It's
got a bit negative, didn't it?
Yeah, a few years ago, 4 years ago. Yeah, but it's
a lot of people though do.
Do you see a lot of mental health issues behind the scenes with people? Because you get these young girls, they must come on there thinking, I want to be like Lauren Goodger, I want to be like the new Amy Charles. And they get on there and think, fuck, hold up a minute. Yeah, it's nice I've got your pictures, but hold up, I wasn't expecting this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because in the public eye, I've done it. If you look at professional footballers, the minute you make the choice to become a celebrity, you are going to get you are going to get haters, and that's part of being successful. Of so if you get these young girls all come, and I think some and young chaps, and I don't think they realise the other side to it. You know what I mean?
No, of course not.
And it must hit them quite hard.
Oh, 100%. And that's what I mean. Even like going on Love Island, a lot of people go on it because they want to be famous and they want the you know, the million followers and the endorsements and the paid posts and the clothing line signing, but it's so much more than that. And obviously some of them are quite lucky because with me, for a really strange reason, the press and everything are really on me to this day, even more so than a lot of them that have been on Love Island or a lot of them in the cast. And it's got its, you know, it's got its good sides, of course. You know, I'm grateful and I can use it with certain things, platform, whatever. But it's also got a dark side to it. It's what I was saying to Bobby, where it ain't always nice, you know. And there's a lot of things I feel like I've had so much stick, so much things that aren't true, and I can't win. I'm never going to win, you know. They could take something, twist stuff.
Me and you are friends, aren't we, Lo? You know? So I remember being out with you once, and it was about 8 o'clock. You didn't even have a drink, and you left the restaurant. And if I remember the press the next day, something come out like, they took a picture, they had one of them cameras, it must have been one of them, and they caught bad angles. They've looked at all the pictures they've taken, got one of you talking like this, put it in the paper, and when you've come out this club 2 in the morning drunk, and like you weren't even drinking, and it was 8 o'clock at night, you've been shopping. You know what I mean? It was like they absolutely, and if you're allowed to do that, it's because mentally that must be horrible to think like you just mind your own business, gone shopping. If you did come out of the club pissed in the morning, you probably wouldn't have minded. But but for them to just swing stories,
make it that way, and that's what's hard with me, because I feel like they don't want me to win. You know, it sells pages, I get it. Like with anything, it's a negative thing.
It must
people like to see it, but it is mentally hard, because even when people meet me or guys meet me, they're like, "Oh, you're lovely. You're a lot smaller than I thought, and you're this," and I'm like, "Oh, but you're better in person." Everybody says it to me. You're better looking in real life, which I kind of, you know, I'd rather be better looking in real life than worse. But it's like it is hard, because I get a lot of things. I look at you in the Daily Mail, and I'm like, but that's not always reality. That's not always, you know, what it is, and it is hard. I've just had to.
Have you ever had any points where you like, I don't know, like took you out of the game, where you've not wanting to go out, and has it got you anxious and depressed for a while?
I've missed out on, like, I've not gone to loads of things, like loads of events. I ain't going. I'm not doing pat picks. I'm not doing it. Everyone's like, you should be loving it. You should want to go to Spain. I'm like, I don't want to go. I'm not going, because I know what they're going to do. What am I going to wear? That's
the thing, like, there's something that people don't sign up for that day. They don't sign up for the bad. You think it's going to be fun, and you're a nice person, and for them to just always say it. But I remember I'm friends with Stephanie Davis, and I helped Steph, and I went to court with her over her ex, and helped her through it mentally, and life coached her a little bit onto TV and things again. And we set goals and things. But Steph, at the time, when I first met Steph, the press was on it now, and she was drinking, and she had this ex, and they were absolutely even knocking on her door, buying her booze, the press and things, you know, trying to get her drunk. I mean, and if she was drunk, they'd give her more. They'd knock and give her, like, just trying to get this, just to get the shot, so she looks a mess. They could ruin her. It's a 20-odd-year-old girl with a beautiful little son just been born. And they were making her life, you know, really bad. And you think
that's not right.
And I see it firsthand. And she'd bring me up crying, and she had a bad time. So I worked with her, and we got a mindset together about visualizing. Like, a lot of people know what I do, like the visualizing and the moving forward approach. And we got her to the first steps where she went on to be on telly. And at the time, I swear to God, there was no chance anyone thought she was going to get back on fucking Hollyoaks. But she didn't want to get back on Hollyoaks. And one of the things we worked on was that. And, you know, good. I mean, she done it. She put the graft in. She worked on herself, and she's back on Hollyoaks. And she's sort of, for some reason, managed to turn the tide a little bit. They don't dig her out no more. But, which is a blessing. But for you, they just don't seem to give up on you. They just won't.
No. And you try and do so many other things. I've gone to charity things before and done things for charity. They'd never talk about that.
No, of course not.
You know, they'd never say, "Oh, Lauren did this, Lauren's done that." It's always what I was wearing, if I was drunk, and I'm just a normal girl. I go through phases where I'm right into my fitness. I won't even touch a drink for a month, and then I go out, and that's what they want to talk about. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a joke. It's an absolute. It is a joke.
But I'm a single, normal young girl.
You are, yeah. And, you know, people.
It's just in this mad world.
When I first met you, I've got to admit, you know, you believe what you read a little bit, and I thought, oh, she's going to be a fucking loose cannon. She's going to be right up her own ass. And mate, I got such a shock, and it was, you know, such a nice thing. And I say to people, mate, the good thing with Lauren is that I've met a lot of celebrities. I get to work with a lot of people. That you actually, you are you know, what you say, what you think, but at least you know where you stand with it. Like, you're not, you don't hide nothing. You just, you know, everything's quiet up. And I think that really took me back a little bit. Do you know what I mean? There was no pretentiousness. And, you know, I think people get to see this side in you, and it's fucking, it's something there.
And what do I do? You know, like, what can I do? What TV show can I do to show me? I just don't know what to do, you know. Even with interviews, like, I will sit there and we'll interview for 2 hours. You know, there's only like 1 page, 2 pages of the interview. They will just take out the bits they want to their questions, but you never really get to know or see what the person's like. Yeah, exactly. I've had over the years murders. Didn't say that. Take that out. And I think I just got to give up. Just got to let them have it. But then again, I'm Lauren, and that's what they read and see. Like you said, I've had people come up. They're really nervous to meet me, like on jobs, and I'm like, why? And I'm having a laugh, and I make people feel comfortable. I'm quite an open person.
Proper down to earth.
Yeah, and they're like, you're lovely. Within 20 minutes after, you're like, you're really lovely, and I'm like, I don't get it. Like, it's weird.
What did you think I was?
What did you think I was going to be like? You know, and you know, if anything, I've got my insecurities, and I'm like, I want to be liked and loved, and I hate the fact that, you know, that if anything, I'm very insecure in certain things, and I'm scared of everyone. I'm scared of my own shadow.
Well, for you, it's even hard. I can understand like how you get anxious and things, and nervous to do things, because every time you do something, you get bad. They try to ruin you. So in the end, for the things that you used to love doing now become like the things that are,
I don't enjoy it.
Someone's trying to hurt you. Someone's trying to get at you. It's
even doing things that I should enjoy. I get nervous. Like if I ever go, listen, I'm not knocking it, because I do love them, like Loose Women and This Morning. But a lot of the times the interviews are just, I think, what am I even talking? The things they get me on to interview me about, I'm like
negative sort of.
It's not even what it is, you know. And I do it because, you know, and I think, right, turn it, show them who you are, answer it, you know. But then it's really difficult. I'm in a difficult game, and they like the bads more than the goods, unfortunately, in this industry.
And do you see? Is there like that? Do you see like a lot of people on antidepressants and things in the industry? Is there a lot of that going on behind, especially in the reality game?
Like even listen, some people need it. I personally, I tried it and I can't do them. I don't like it. And I feel like I can change certain things, and as much as I can for me. That's why I've got good friends around me. A lot of my mates are just normal people. Like, I've got my celebrity mates and like my co-stars and whatever, but a lot of my actual mates are just lovely, normal people, and that's what I want around me. I've even dropped family out because, you know, they just don't treat me how they should. But it's like, you've got to make yourself happy, and I feel like, don't rely on anyone else for that. Don't rely on tablets for that. Like you said, it's the mind that you can change. This is the other
thing. You are sort of on. You do everything on your own, don't you? You're lucky. You keep your own house. You look after. You know, and people don't give you. You know, don't look to see that side of it. You're a young girl on your own, surviving around the world, and And
obviously, I wanna like go to the next stage. I want to meet someone nice and get married and have kids. But I just feel like, for me, I'm on a path. Like, my whole life I've been in a relationship. And now it's like I'm taking that 5 minutes out, which I need to do to make sure that, because I could have rushed into it and done it and whatever, but I just feel like you've got to do it again with all this other pressure. You've got to do it when it's right.
And get yourself right. I suppose.
Exactly.
You feel ready to do.
I'm doing new things that I'm excited about.
We'll
about it,
no, we keep that quiet.
I like working though.
Lauren's got some very good hidden talents that no one knows. That's all we say there. We leave it there.
I like doing other things. You know, I think I've always kind of put myself down. No, I can't do that. No, I can't do this. I've just got to stick to reality. But no, there's so much more that I want to do, and I've never really done it because of my own confidence.
So that's good.
But now I'm doing it. Yeah. I know.
They'll come out, man. They'll come out.
So
you're getting there. You're doing well. I mean, the thing is, there's lots about you that people don't know, and I can't wait for, you know, one day people will see these other qualities, you know, and I think it's going to shock people.
They're probably going to knock me, but it's what it is, mate.
I don't think they can. I don't know. I don't think they can.
Yeah.
Well, they probably, I know what you mean. They're going to give it a go, but you know, truth's got to come through one day.
Yeah. Do you know what it is as well? Like, I don't care about. Not that I don't care, because it's not nice, but it's the haters. I don't care about what people write on my posts. I don't care about any of that. I care about the headlines and the rubbish pictures and all that can't look amazing all the time. I get that, but I just feel like it's just constantly out to get me.
Yeah.
The amount of times I've got a blanket in my car and I say, right, listen, if you take a bad picture and that blanket's going over my head, and like, please, no, let's have a picture, please. And I'm like, for God, and I see him and I go, why did you do it like that? Just take it nice. I don't get it. But yeah, that's the only thing that gets on my, listen, it is what it is, but it's all the hates that I don't really care about that. It's more the fact that I can't win against the media.
So behind the scenes as well, you're always happy, you're always laughing. I say, so you always make me laugh when I speak to you. You fuck about a lot as well, you know. So people don't get to see that side of you either. Because it's like I'm doing now. Most interviews you're going to do, people want to know about Towie and the seriousness, but you always make me laugh. But so how are you staying positive through this time? What do you do? What's your what you've been doing to keep yourself happy and you know, just
try and do you know what, it is a really test of time. Definitely, like my anxiety, Jesus, because I've been terrified of this virus, as you know. I'm like, I'm gonna get it. That's been awful.
It is worrying time.
Just doing the one exercise a day, like a walk, FaceTiming friends and family. I've been doing like cleaning and cooking.
Keep busy.
The do list, just things that I want to do, planning more things. I sort of do my makeup.
I was talking to Jimmy. Sorry, makeup, sorry?
So I just sort of do my makeup and wardrobes and things like that.
Lovely. Yeah,
the days are going really quick.
They are.
They are.
I think I'm getting used to my routine. I've got little routines in place, a walk in and a little thing. And the days are going quite quick,
My friend
sorry?
My friend Jodie just called
my saying, hello, Jodie. She's so I was been that Jimmy Bullard yesterday on here, and we was talking about moving, like how we're getting through it, and also about goal setting and moving forward, and always creating that future path yourself and staying focused to it. And he's one was that he's doing landscaping in his garden. He says actually I fucking love it. Jimmy Bullard, he's a footballer. He used to be on funny, really, that's it, in the jungle. Yeah, really funny. I love him. He's a blind.
He's with wife and kids and that.
Yeah, he's indoors with wife.
That's what I mean. So it's hard. Like I had family kind of hit at the beginning, and then but I'm kind of like on my own. But
yeah, that's the thing, isn't it?
Weird.
Yeah.
It's a really weird, really strange
time. Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. Like it's like the world's ending. But yeah, it's just you just got to keep strong, happy.
Yeah.
And look forward to the better times and plan more things to do.
So, the next thing I was going to ask you is, what other areas would you like to go? Would you ever like to go into acting, for instance?
Yeah.
You like to go into acting? Why not? Exactly.
Yeah, why not? I'd love to. I'd love to have something like that, like something different. Music, acting, I'd love to. Something like that. Just a different, because that is my dream, really.
Yeah.
My dream was music from a young age. I did X Factor. When I was 18.
You told me that. We couldn't find it, could we? There's no...
Can't find it. I think
that'd be brilliant.
One of the papers tried to contact and get hold of it. I said, we don't have any of the old. We can't find. I don't know why. It's a shame.
And how old was you then?
18.
18.
Yeah, I got down to...
Do you remember what you sung?
Yeah.
What was it?
Taylor. No, I sung Whitney Houston.
How was it?
And Evergreen.
Evergreen, okay.
Yeah, and we've done loads of different ones because obviously it was boot camp, weren't it? So it weren't just one thing.
You got through to boot camp and all
Dance with Somebody, Whitney Houston, Evergreen. There's another one. We changed them quite a lot though.
So if you could sing any song, what would your favourite be? What's your favourite?
I can't sing like her, but I love Mariah Carey.
Mariah Carey, I lovely, yeah.
I like, and my voice is more like a Shantae kind of.
How about, would you ever do like theatre? Is that any thought? Not really. No.
I'm into that.
I'm into that.
I used to go when I was a kid a lot, but I love all like the old, like Aladdin and what else they do at the theatre that I used to see? Like what else was I done? I pop like Oliver Twist.
You're getting requested to sing on there.
I can't.
Where's his...
One day.
One day.
But yeah, that's my thing. But obviously, I'm doing what I'm doing.
It's a song. They're all at it now. Look, they're all at it.
Oh, please. No. What was I going to say? But I don't know. There's other things I want to do. Like, I am reality, and that's why I started. And we all love reality TV, don't we? It's just easy. Yeah. But there are other things I want to do, yeah. And I just feel like take that a little bit more seriously with me, rather than just being on the front of the magazines every week.
Yeah.
You know.
And so you got your goals that you want to do. You keep it yourself. You got things that you want to venture forward. So
again, sorry, I'm just.
You got your own creation of things that you want to move forward. So.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. I want to get into stuff that I actually genuinely do enjoy.
How did Towie come about? How did Towie come about? How did you sort of get into that?
It was so weird. Like, my boyfriend at the time, he was like, "Oh, I've met these people. They want to do a TV show, blah blah blah, on like a documentary on Essex about us." And I said, "All right." Yeah. And then I worked at the City at the time, and then I think he was going for meetings and not telling me, and then Then I got a phone call and I was like, "Oh, it's the producer from blah, 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 whatever. We'd love to meet up with you. I've heard a lot about you." I was like, "Okay." So your name keeps popping up in the area. Basically, what they did was they walked the streets of Essex for about 8 months. They went into all the pubs, clubs, cabs. Who do you know? Who do you know? Who do you know? And the famous 10 years, I had a relationship prior to that. So everyone kind of knew us, you know, kind of on and off, and the little group and that. And I remember going to Essex Polo, and I saw this like camera crew, and like there was like scouting, and I remember never ever forget it. I had a little tiny, I was all skinny then. I had a little tiny pink dress on, and they went, "Can we talk to you in the pink dress?" I went, "Okay." So they literally set up this little setup of cameras, brought us over to sit me down, said, "Hello, what's your name?" And I was like, "Oh, Lauren." I was like, "Lauren what?" "Lauren Goodger." I was like, "Oh my God, you're Lauren. Like, we've heard so much about you." And I'm like, "What is going on? Like, who are you?" He was like, "We're doing a documentary." And what happened was, my ex was really involved in the kind of idea and set up with another guy. I won't go into that. But they kind of said, "Mate, we used to love the Hills. Do you remember the Hills?"
I remember the Hills, yeah. The American,
and we said, "Right, yeah, like, was American." Really, they was like the fact we copied
the original, it.
Yeah. So we kind of made like the LA version, or Essex LA,
version,
yeah. So, and yeah, and it just kicked off. Like, literally, it's very, very. I think there was how many of us? 8.
So there was at the beginning, yeah.
I think so.
Amy was one at the beginning, wasn't she? Remember?
Yeah, there was a lot of people that come forward to it.
Yeah.
But, sorry, there's a lot of things. My mate's running it. There's a lot of things that come forward. Sorry, didn't get it. They was on it, but like didn't actually make it. It was really weird. We kept doing this process at the next stage. They'd come and film at your house. They'd interview everyone. They'd meet your family or your friends or whatever. And then it kind of like, right, you've made it through to the final. Yeah. And then we got it. And then I remember we even filmed the pilot before it got commissioned to ITV.
What was your first awards like? You ever went to like the first awards? What was that feel like for a young girl? I bet it was.
I was terrified.
Really?
Were chasing me. Yeah, because I was like, "What is going on? Why do they care? Like, why are they shouting my name?" Like, there was so. But where I'd already been kind of grown up around here, there's a lot of footballers, a lot of back in the day, there was a lot of like models, and I was already in that loop anyway. So kind of like I used to go out back in the day with a lot of other celebrities and things and footballers and that in the club. So that lifestyle didn't really change. We kind of always was in that life, even though I wasn't known, kind of known in the area, but it was like that didn't really change. It was just more like they were papping me now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was a bit of a
shock.
Yeah, it was a bit of a weird one, and I thought. Now I remember crying. I can't sleep. I've got anxiety. Like, it was just like weird. That's where it all stemmed from.
All from the beginning.
And I loved it. As a young girl, it was a buzz. You know, it was exciting.
And what about now? How do you feel now about all the reality? Would you go back on Towie? Hi, Rich. Would you go back on Towie?
Yeah, well, it's not that I don't know. It's a hard one because I feel like I would, because I feel like it's a good still show to be on.
Part of you, yeah. It's part of
it's part of me, but I think it is different, and it would be different, which isn't a bad thing, but it's like, I don't know, like, do I want to go back to something like that? I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't never say, let's see what happens. I've spoke to them a few times, obviously.
Yeah.
And like Celebs Go Dating, they was the same producers as Towie, so I worked for Morgan anyway.
Mm.
But it's like, I don't know. It's a funny one because what would I go back on it to do?
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
That's true. Would you have, if you could create your own reality TV show, what would you, after all your experience through the game, what would you create?
Say that again.
If you was to if you could create your own TV reality show, how would you create it now? If you could, how would you make it?
It'd be amazing. It would be very like glitz and glamour, old school Essex, bit of East London, just like
a bit cheeky, fun.
Yeah, but it'd be really hard now because I don't think a lot of like the cast that I'd want to get on there, I don't think they'd do it.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? I just feel like they'd be like, nah. But
would you make it different than as Essex? Would you do it? What would be different about it? What would you think you could do?
It would have to be similar. What do you mean, like a reality's like a soap? It would have to be similar, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would have to be similar. New idea.
What I would dream, really, what I want to do.
But would you have as many arguments in there? Would you go for more of a positive vibe? Would it be more for
positive? Yeah, get your nails done. Talk about boys and girls, and do you know what I mean? Like show that side of it. But if I had a dream job, it would be Celebrity Love Island.
Celebrity Love Island.
I think they've got to do it, haven't they? They've got to do that because I feel like the Love Island is good to get celebrities on there.
Love Island,
it's
that would be a good one,
And it's like Cisco dating, but like in the Love Island. How good would that be?
That would be actually brilliant, wouldn't it? It's bound to happen, isn't it?
Yeah.
Did they? Somebody's shouting at there.
No, yeah, they
with
did.
Bianca Gaskell. I never knew that.
Yeah, but that was years ago.
Years ago. They should do it. Now they've really built it up. They should definitely do it again. Yeah,
that was years ago, and it was a bit more film different. But now, Love Island's such a big show. Imagine like the celebrity ones, because I think they're just making celebrities about 100 times a year now. So everyone's just a celebrity now because the Love Island cast is huge.
Huge, it's massive.
But I think go to the celebrity one. I think that's funny. All the single.
Someone's just put R.I.P. Caroline Flack. That's sad, isn't it? That was very sad.
Yeah.
What happened to the poor young lady?
I know.
There's been a lot of that going on in that reality game, isn't there? It's been really. There's been a lot, isn't there? And
a TV show. It's not a TV show. It's a lot deeper than that. Like you can be on any TV show. It's the public eye. It's the media. I think about it sometimes, even down to my.
It probably always. It all must have its pressures on someone that's already. Yeah, it must have. People have got a little bit of mental illness underlying, and it must.
Yeah, and also imagine being labelled. You think about this, Muggy Mike.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
horrible.
Don't do that. Yeah. Like things like that, people just don't realise. Like, Jesus, you've got to be so strong in this game and like really not let anything go in and just bat it off. But it's like things like that, like people don't realise. And obviously Caroline, she's under a lot of stress. What she was going through, that was all in the press. It shouldn't have been in the press like that.
No,
it's not fair. No,
they should have given more help.
The people really do need to understand, and the media have really got to own up to this and take it and realise like we need to be a bit more kinder now to our own.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Do you know
Definitely,
what I mean?
yeah. I don't deserve what they get. I mean, your friend Bob is doing this, the trolls thing and all that. And it's
good.
I mean, these fucking people have got so much time on their hands to sit around just to be nasty. I mean, it says a lot about them. It don't say nothing about the celebrity sitting there. Do you know what I mean? That's the way we've got to look at it.
I know.
Going out their way to slag us off and, fucking more muggy them. Do you know what I mean? They're obviously got. I mean, you got to feel sorry for them, really. To someone to have that sort of anger and hate inside of them, they've got mental illness. And they can sit there slagging everyone off and run them down, but they've got something wrong with them.
But it is though. It always. But you know that haters, people that write whatever they write, they're not happy people, are they?
But
I'd never dream of doing that to someone.
And jealousy, and people are jealous of being nasty as well. So, but I say to people, jealousy is a good. I find jealousy. If people get jealous of you, you can only look up at someone you're jealous of. You can't look down at someone you're jealous of. You can 100%. Be nasty. You can be nasty.
I don't have that feeling. I don't understand. I'm not a jealous person. I don't understand it.
Because you're happy in your own skin. You're happy in your own skin.
I admire beautiful people, and I want to do that. You're amazing. Like you don't knock people for it. It's not going to make me any better, is it?
And some people look at the two different ways. Some people look at that and it inspires them, and some people look at it and it reminds them that they're not in that place.
Yeah, but it's horrible, isn't
it? It's not. People look at it two different ways. There's always that sort of different way of looking at it, and it's a shame that people reframe it into a negative way. Yeah, but
he says, I know this is a hard time for anyone anyway at the minute, what's going on, and we've all got to kind of stick together, whoever you are, we're all going through. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
What are you reading?
No, someone's like ripped into the trolls there. Look, fuck bullying. I can't read the rest of that, but it's good on them.
Do you know what's mad though? Is that some people that they don't know me. It's so weird.
This is.
Do you know what I mean? That you haven't got a clue about me. Really, I know people. They don't know my life really. I know what they read and what I show, but they don't actually genuinely know me and my life.
And this is what I'm saying. I remember poor little Steph was going through all that time. You know, it was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Because, see, Steph, there were people going to me, "Oh, Rob, she's a fucking nutcase, and she's a fucking lunatic." And I went, "She looks like it because she has a drink and she's a fucking Wally on a drink." But with that, like everyone, you know what I mean? But with that, but they're driving her to drink and she's depressed and they're making her work. But mate, see, Steph, she would give you her last penny. She is such a lovely character, and she was portrayed to be this bitch and this horrible person, nutcase. Yeah. And I think you dirty bastards as a young girl, and if people that know Steph would know that she's an absolute lovely person. If you get
I've only met her a couple of times years ago at Soca Wars.
Yeah, she was
really nice. We had a drink, but I don't know her. But I've seen obviously some things about her and that, and I just feel like, and she's done with brother and whatever, and that relationship.
It weren't good.
It's not fair.
Like, she don't drink no more, but that's the thing that you should, you know.
But she shouldn't have to drink. I can't drink no more.
No, do you know but she don't want to. I think it's
I wish I could do that.
She's done really well though. She really speaks out about it. Like I think she's doing really well. Hello, John. But yeah, she really speaks out about it. Speaking of mindset, John Eggett is just popped up there.
Who?
And, he's a world champion kickboxer. Proper lovely gentleman from South London. Well, I'll say Bermondsey, but they're roaders. They're from Wharf Road side, so I can't say Bermondsey, but they're from the other side of the old Kent Road where I'm from. And yeah, he's a lovely kid. He's early 20s, absolutely genius at that kickboxing, Muay Thai and all that. Yes.
Oh, amazing.
Thailand.
It's not that amazing.
World champion.
Like that.
Sorry?
Something like that's amazing to have that in it. That's
cool. He's done it since he was a kid. He was amazing. I used to watch him as a kid, and he's such a natural talent. But I'm going to get him on here soon, so we'll get him on here next week or the week after. I think we're going to get him on. But he's brilliant. He's I love to learn the mindset behind all, your actors, your reality stars, and like the.
What do you think then? What's your input? What do you think now knowing me and others that you've met in the industry? What do you think about it all?
I think this is what, if I have to look at between the difference between a sports person and an actor and a reality star is that the reality star, in my eyes, is going to have more mental health issues. I'll tell you why that is. Not because they're mental for no fucking reason, or they've got any. I'll tell you the reason why it is because when you get in that reality game and they start to tarnish you with that brush of reality. A kickboxer has to visualize himself as a world champion, has this goal to get to it, and in the next fight, they've always got to have something to move forward to. And that actors, they're getting the next role, and they have to learn that line. They focus, I really want this, and they see themselves.
Yeah, they haven't got time.
And some actors see themselves as a soap actor, and they stay at that. They stay there. But some people ain't happy with that. They want to see themselves as a movie star. And they'll come out of soaps and go to movies. But they have to have that determination through vision first.
Yeah.
The thing that I find really worrying about celebrities and the way, the way the agents use them, not that they use them, I mean, the agents are doing a job of getting your work. But what happens is it ends up that you don't know where you get to this reality level, and then you get loads of these endorsements, and all of a sudden your agent's going, you got to go over there. You got to go and do this. You got to go and do that photo shoot. And in the end, you ain't got nothing for yourself that you don't know. So what do? You go and have a drink, go out with your mates.
Yeah.
I've got a job next week.
Have a bit of control over
there.
Yeah.
And it ain't their fault. Like they've got all these other talents. Very talented. People. But what happens is they stop thinking for themselves, and they get caught up, and they can get caught up in the here and now. And it's easy for them to get on the fucking gear and booze, and and get caught in this fucking cycle of, and then getting caught in this world of that's just what I do. Like and I think they lose that vision of where they want to go because the agents think for them, think for you, and and that's just my outlook on.
You're right.
Why you're going to find more mental health and I think more anxiety and depression in reality stars, because.
And where are you going? Like, it's the next job?
Exactly.
It's the next,
you're told
there's no routine.
No, you're told where you're going to go, and you ain't creating nothing yourself in the end of nothing. And then they get to a point when they get a platform where they can then say, well, listen, I want to fucking go into this. I like cooking. I want to go on the Bake Off program, and I want to, you know. But they go, no, you already got your job then, and it ends up you don't get much say in where you really what you want to create. And I think as reality stars, that's why, because when the human mind can't see, you ain't got nothing to move forward to yourself that you can visualize and you can create. You're going to start getting a bit depressed because you're living in the here and now. Your thoughts are going to go back into the past, and you know it's very difficult. And I feel my heart goes out to like Mike and you know these other lovely young people that have committed suicide, because I can understand how the brain can be pulled into depression, because depression is not seeing a future. If you don't see a future and you're not focused on the future, that means your brain makes 58,000 to 68,000 thoughts a day. So if you ain't creating future thoughts, something's going to pop in you and go, right, let's think of the past. And generally, if you think of the past, you think of a bad time, right? So you think how bad it was and how I got bullied, how I messed up when my boyfriend left me or whatever, and then you feel sad. But then also, when you think backwards and you think of a good time, you go, do you know what? I was so happy back then when I was 25. I turned 21. I was so happy. What does that unconsciously translate into the present moment? If you say I was happy back then, you're saying I'm not happy now. So you're accessing a low self-worth emotions. There's no good emotion by looking back. You know, you can't walk forward looking backwards. You walk into a fucking wall. So you have to, you have to create something to go towards, and that's where happiness lives. Yeah. And people, and all therapy goes back. Let's go talk about the past. Talk about your problem. Fuck off.
Oh, no.
Let's talk about moving forward. Let's talk about the next goal. Let's talk about what we're going to achieve. Yeah, it does.
Exactly. I want to focus on what I always say to you. What's next then? What am I doing next?
That's it.
I don't talk about what I've done. I don't want to talk about what I'm doing.
Where we're going.
That's what I want to know. Go and have fortune readings and all that. So I want to know my future, my past. I've done it.
That's true.
And like people go like with therapy. Oh, you've got to go back in time when you was a kid. What for? You're not going to change any of that. Like, I'd rather progress and change and feel better and talk about other good things, positive things, not dwell into the dark times that I don't want to think about.
No. And that's why you always fight through, because you're always looking for that next thing. I know you know something's there. Jimmy Bullard said this when he come out of football. It's interesting when he said when he came out of the football game, it was, you know, once your career for football was over, he went into the jungle. He said, I didn't know what I was looking for, but I always look for something, and it come up. I thought, well, something might come out of it. I'll give it and so I went into the jungle, and he said, I just always looking for my next step, you know. And he went, I never looked back until recently. They'd done a thing on Soccer AM about, let's look at Jimmy's life and about your achievements. He said, Rob, I forgot, I've not even looked back. I didn't even realise all the things I've done. I look back and thought, fucking hell, that was good. And that's the same with you, isn't it?
I know, and you think, oh, I've done this, I've done that. Like, do you know what I mean? Even when it all started and what I've done with it, it's now I'm thinking, right, what do I do now? Where am I going? What am I doing?
That's exactly the positive. That's exactly the positive vibes, because you're gonna.
But it's good.
And that ain't anxiety that people start to feel. Then it's just about people sometimes muddle up anxiety with anticipation and apprehension, not knowing what's going to happen next. You know, seeing a gun for, well, how am I going to get there? And you get this little butterfly feeling. That ain't anxiety. That means you don't know what's going to happen next. That's like you're body on alert, full alert, hearing, seeing, smell, taste, feelings all firing off at once, and you're like, you know, you can't predict the future. Everyone feels like that. But as we get older, we start to relate that feeling and trigger off anxiety. Think, oh, this little nervous feeling feels like anxiety, but it ain't anxiety.
Excitement.
You got your fear, anxiety, worry, stress. They all feel very similar to anticipation, but anticipation is the only one that's a good thing, because it's giving you a warning that's saying, good, you know, you don't know what's going to happen. But it don't make you want to turn around and run. And, you know, a good learning is something you're going to learn anyway.
Good learn, exactly.
Focus on what you want, and that will get. That's it. Focus on what you want. That's it. It's like focusing towards your goal, not thinking about what you...
sense.
Think about what you want, not what you don't want.
It's mad, obviously. I'm in this industry, you know, I wouldn't change it. I do look back and I think, oh, I miss them days, even though I hated getting up every day at 7 o'clock in the morning and going to work, and you know, hats off to everyone that does do that. Amazing.
But Jamo's just popped up. Yeah, he's I've been doing a run every day for a year. Yeah, only little
yeah,
way a day.
No, I see that on your page sometimes.
Yeah, I just do my little bit a day, and it's inspired people. And Jamo messaged me and said, "Yeah, I've inspired me. Well, I'm going to do I think they're doing 5K a day." And he pulled about another 8-9 people, and they're all doing a 30-day challenge. So it's great. You know, why are you in this? Why we're in this? That people are still sort of pulling together and connecting without being together. You know, I think it's good to see. It's good to see. And as you said earlier, with the FaceTime, we can still connect, which is a beautiful.
Yeah,
thing, you know?
Of course. And I would say a walk a day keeps anxiety away.
That's a good one. I like that one. It does. Did you know, I learned the other week off of Food for Thought, my lovely chef on my retreat, do you know serotonin, 80% of serotonin comes from your gut. And man's that.
Really?
Yeah. 80%, no, so 90%. 90% of it, what you eat, yeah. Yeah, seriously.
What you eat.
Yeah,
so if you've got a bad diet,
only 10% is from your mind. Yeah, the other like your endorphins and your dopamine all releases from the brain. But yeah.
So was it not rocket science? We should eat greens and
just food from the earth.
Yeah,
really.
Obviously you can have the bad stuff.
Food, yeah.
That's what I'm going to start doing. I've done this fitness page. I've not done loads on it yet because everyone's doing fitness, isn't they? So I thought, you know what I mean, at the minute. But I just thought start doing little things like Monday to Friday, doing my training.
That's it.
Do my diet, not diet, like, do you know what I mean?
Just eat healthy, but
just don't go crazy. Yeah. And then the weekends have it off. And I think I could actually do that and enjoy that.
Yeah.
So, right at the minute where we're stuck in and I've got nothing to look forward to because I can't go nowhere. That could be a little goal that you're doing for the weeks. You're in a schedule, and then the weekend you think, I'm going to order pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's something to look forward to.
Something to look forward to as a treat, definitely.
Yeah. God.
You're sitting there like, one bit, you'll have a bit. You'll end up talking to yourself like, you'll end up talking to yourself like Robert De Niro in Taxi. You talking to me? You talking to me? You see, I never make an actor lot, but someone's put marry me. You're getting lots of love on here tonight.
Oh.
I asked my wife, she will be fine. Someone's put. You're getting loads of love on here. It's great.
It's really weird on this isolation. I've had, that sounds so regretted, but I've had so many guys want to talk to me. It's crazy. What? Like, why? I think everyone's sitting indoors, but a lot of like, I don't know, just so many messages and.
No, that's good.
It's mad. It's not the right time, is it?
What? You get loads of DMs, slipping in DMs, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, he just keeps you busy indoors, doesn't it?
Dates when it's over.
It won't see you for 2 months. Well, another date.
Like, God,
I've got one. I've got to go. One booked in at 12 and one booked.
That's it. I have to do a couple a day. No, joking. Yeah. But no, it's good. Obviously, this is hard, but I'm just looking at the positives. I'm just enjoying. There's another thing as well. A lot of people are moaning about staying in. I think it's absolutely wonderful. We ain't got to work. We ain't got to do anything. I know not normally like when you go away or whatever, I'll do a lot of retreats and juicing things and whatever, just for not just for body, but for my mind as well.
Yes.
And I never really get left alone. I never really have a break. This is the first time, I'm doing a little bit of work this week, but this is the first time from home. This is the first time I've actually been left alone. You know, like the phone's not going, like all different numbers.
Yeah.
Everyone's just left me alone, kind of. So that's.
So you've enjoyed it. You're taking the positive from it.
Definitely, everyone should be enjoying it. Going, I know it's hard and it's scary.
I said this to someone the other day. I said, imagine if this was fucking like 3 months ago, and I went, listen, you can have 80% of your wages. You can stay at home, but you can't go. You can only go out for a run and shop. They go, I'll take that.
100%. Now you're not allowed. You want to do the opposite.
It's just that the cerebral virus is out there, but you know there is the positives there that we get to. You know, do the chores. I'm joking.
Yeah.
I've not done all that. Painted the front room, painted the kitchen. Sorry?
Yeah. And the walk a day as well.
A walk a day, I'm loving it. I'm like Forrest Gump.
When the weather's nice, it ain't bad, is it?
No, it shows you about the pollution. It makes you ask the questions, doesn't it? Like, the weather's been beautiful.
Yeah.
Even on the cold day, the skies have been clear. I mean, there's a lot to... like that North Star, mate. I can't believe how big it was, like a golf ball the other day.
Is that what I keep seeing?
It's massive. It looks like a mini moon about to grow, doesn't it? It's just the North Star.
Spaceships. I was going, there's aliens. There's definitely aliens. Looking at it, I keep seeing these things flying in the sky, and I'm like, No, it's not right. It's aliens coming.
You might see flying stars. That might.
But is that what it is? Is that what I've been seeing?
Yeah, shooting stars. You see, and they're good. I love seeing.
It was massive though, like massive.
Yeah, they will just whiz through quick. Yeah.
Is it Venus as well? You can see Venus.
You can see, but yeah, you can see it all up there. Right. I don't know which one's what myself, but the only one I know through the stars is Orion's Belt. I can always see that one up there.
Yeah.
But I mean, the North Star has got so big. It's like I couldn't believe it.
What is the North Star?
No, the brightest star in the sky.
Yeah,
when we was kids, if someone's granddad died, they'd say, "Oh, that's my granddad's star." Oh, they're saying that's Venus, by the way.
What?
That was the North. It's Venus. They're saying people are saying.
Oh, it is Venus.
Oh, it is Venus.
Right.
Oh, well, Venus, yeah, is so big and bright at the moment compared to. Thanks for that, guys. It's so big for how it used to be. You know, I mean, it's always the brightest star, but all of a sudden it's fucking doubled in size. It's amazing out there. I mean, the fish are swimming again. The coral reefs lit up, you know what I mean? So Mother Nature's healing, you know. Yeah, so there's a lot of good things, a lot of good things coming from it, you know.
And people need to reset, don't they? They need to go away and kind of like take this time out as a positive. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hold on, I think someone's talking to me. I don't know if it is. Sorry. No, I'm on live. You're right for a minute, aren't you? I'm sure it was. Oh, hold on. I know what it is. I think I've got this food company.
Oh, the food company. Someone's at your door.
Right, so.
Okay. Guys, clear for
sorry about this, guys. Huh? Let me if I click off, will it take me off the live?
Yeah, go. We're call it a day now. Thank you. Now
right.
You've done.
We'll do another one.
You've got to get you through that.
Next week,
yeah, we'll do another one definitely. No, Lauren, really appreciate it. It's been really informative.
No, thank you.
It's good for people to see because I found it really interesting for you. It was great, really great talk, and you know, it really opens people's eyes up to seeing the other side of you, you know. So
yeah,
thank you very much. Thank you, my lovely.
All right. Thank you.
I look forward to seeing you after all this. Yeah.
Definitely. All right.
See you later.
Lots of love. Bye.
See you, mate. Bye. Bye.